This past October at our annual convention in Las Vegas, the Real Brokerage showed off how they're integrating AI into their proprietary technology platform in a big way. In two previous videos, I took a look at a few of these features. In this third video on Leo CoPilot, I'm going to cover two more awesome additions, and you want to stick around to the end to learn about some technology that I think is going to truly revolutionize the way we do real estate. One of the reasons that I joined Real was the obsession they have with progressive, useful education. I love the dual strategy of top-down and grassroots training. Sharan, the company's president, pumps out regular quality content. He's energetic, on top of what's going on in the industry, and is really focused on serving our clients, not just the agents. Then there's the ongoing education added to Real Academy. This is the grassroots education. It's an intuitive platform where the company's elite agents deliver strategies that actually work. But with all this content, it can honestly be a bit difficult to find something specific that you might be looking for. Maybe something you saw last year and you just don't know where you found it. There's just so much to go through. However, it seems like the company has acknowledged this pain point. So to check out how Leo CoPilot search functionality is going to help us out, here we have Sharan.
If you randomly end up watching like one of my videos, thank you. Did you know what Pradesh and the entire team and Leo has done? Over the last year, Leo has ingested over 3,000 training sessions of all my content. Let's say you take a new listing and you're like, what do I do next? But as soon as you take on a new listing, Leo knows that you got a new listing. It finds where you are in your business cycle. It finds whether you have one or have more. It finds whether you have sold it or you're not sold it. It finds what's happening, and it gives you the exact content at that time on what you should do next. So think about this. Now you may say, hey, Sharan, at some point I know you talked about the hour of power. I have no idea where it is. But the crazy part is, how amazing would it be if we knew the article that was recorded, the podcast that was recorded, the blog that was recorded, and it went to the exact portion in that time and told you exactly what you're looking for.
I love it.
Right? Here's the crazy part. It actually finds that moment where I talk about the hour of power. It talks about that specific moment. It rewinds and fast forwards to that moment, and it pulls that moment on the screen for you. Because that way you don't have to sit and scrub the entire 45-minute video to get to exactly what you want. How amazing would that be?
Now
right?
That is impressive.
Yeah, power in all of this. The power in all of this is every single piece of content, every single training, every single audio, every single video, every single blog article, every single email I write, every single text, every single Instagram post, every single thing is categorized, transcribed, indexed for you.
As you can see, Leo CoPilot is essentially a supercharged AI-driven search engine that is able to focus on your business needs because its algorithm is contained within a localized network. This focus, or niche, is what makes it that much more powerful. The way that AI will be helping us is, in a lot of ways, simply making the old ways of doing things just more efficient. As agents, we're often pulled in so many directions and have 1,000 little things that may only take 5 to 10 minutes of our time, but they all add up to us working 12 to 14-hour days, and sometimes feeling like we haven't accomplished half what we needed. Real estate coaches often remind us to be focused, be efficient, and automate our systems. The problem is, of course, this is easier said than done. Assistants and automated platforms can cost money or technical expertise that we just don't all have. But what if your brokerage's AI platform helped us out with some of our daily activities and strategies? I already covered a couple in the last video, but here's another one.
Now you must be thinking, man, please don't tell me about that again. Okay, please let me explain how this works. You send one email every single week to your database. It is supposed to be formatted in a very specific way. Even though you're cute and you don't like the way it's formatted, even though I tell you how to do it and you're going to change it, and then you're going to say, hey, Sharan, it doesn't work that way. Then I tell you to change it back and it works. And you're like, whoa! The crazy part about this is we ran 1 million tests. 1 million tests. And we said we make sure if there's no pictures, no addresses, and no links, you get the best deal of the week. But you must be thinking, how many of you know about this deal of the week idea and you just haven't quite done it yet? Be honest. How many of you are like, man, it takes so much work. I've only been listening to Sharan's deal of the week for 10 years. And you've inspired me to get one out. Tanya, I love you so much, right? I've got 3 listings coming. This is so fabulous. But you may not do it. What I'm going to show you is something pretty cool. How amazing would it be if you never had to write a deal of the week ever again?
I'm going to show you how to write a perfect deal of the week on autopilot. Now, let's use a real life property. This is 2195 Diaz Drive in Placerville, California, listed by my friend Andrea Duane. Now, as soon as Andrea puts this listing live, a couple things happen. First, this MLS tear sheet gets created, which has all the information, which most of us don't read. And then you get it syndicated on the IDX site. This is Andrea's, and it goes to Redfin, which is the same exact property, or it goes to Zillow, which is where you may see it. Maybe you bump into it on homes.com. Let's say you see this property on homes.com and you realize that this may be a good listing for you to send as a deal of the week. Well, what you're going to have to do now is you're going to have to read about this property. You're going to have to read the highlights. Then you're going to have to read the entire property description. Then you're going to have to look at all the features, and then you're going to have to come up with the email that is the perfect email for the deal of the week. We know you're not going to do that. So what if we could create a way in which you could write this on autopilot? Now, let's assume that you want to write a deal of the week on this property. Let's say you copy everything on this page. And we've created the deal of the week email generator for you. Now, when I'm going to paste all the information, everything from that site. And when I hit enter, something amazing is going to happen. It's going to create 3 specific things. The first thing it's going to do is actually going to summarize the entire property for you. That way, you don't really have to even sit and read all of it. You know all the details up front. So it's going to summarize the property for you, both the key features, the interior details, the community, and the exterior details, everything. Next, what it's going to do, it's going to write you the things related to the deal of the week. It's going to give you the perfect subject line options, which are great, and it's going to write you the perfect deal of the week email as well. So what you would do here is you would just copy this entire deal of the week email. You would go to Gmail or wherever, you would paste it, you would type your name, and you would hit send. That's as easy as it is. Now, if you want more information, it also tells you why it wrote the deal of the week that way, and it gives you access to the masterclass just in case you have information about it. That is how you write the perfect deal of the week.
Would you use it now? May I tell you something better? This was a prototype that I built over the last few months. And then I told Pritesh and his team, hey, bro, can I just give it everything to you? As of now, the entire perfect deal of the week is live in Leo. So all you have to do is open Leo, CoPilot will pop up, and you say, hey, please write me a deal of the week for 123 Main Street. Enter, it'll just build it for you live, the perfect deal of the week every single time.
I actually tried this deal of the week strategy, and on my first email out, just a plain text email with no fancy photos or formatting, I got 4 positive responses asking for information on the deal of the week. Could I have done it without AI? For sure. It's a strategy that Shran has been preaching for years with success. But it took me a fraction of the time with Leo CoPilot and our Lofty-based CRM. This was just a great experience and just showed me a bit of the way that Leo CoPilot is really helping my business move forward. Those are just 2 examples of ways that AI integration is going to make some of our processes a bit easier. But what about our clients? So far, I've only really covered the behind-the-scenes ways that AI can directly help agents. But in early 2025, there's going to be a whole new way that AI is going to help our clients. This is where Leo for Clients comes in. Check this out.
At the end of the day, we're thinking about how can we help a solo agent close 100 transactions a year and still take vacations. So that's a little bit behind what we're going to show you now. For a very long time, Pritesh would call me every morning and say, we're missing a killer feature. And I'm like, the app will have so much value. It will show the buyers exactly what's going on. There will be education. And he said, no, try and think about Zillow. In the early days, people kept coming back to Zillow because they had this estimate. This was the killer feature. And for a while, we couldn't figure out what's our killer feature. What's going to be that sticky thing that will keep your clients coming back to the app once and once and once again. And then one day, Pritesh calls me and says, what if the consumer app was a phone number? And I didn't understand what he was saying. I said, excuse me? And he said, what if the consumer app was a phone number? And I said, I don't get it. What do you mean? On an app, you can do a bunch of things, and a phone number, what can you do with it? And then he said, you know what, give me 2-3 weeks, I'll put something in your hand. And after 3 weeks, he said, I get a text message from a number that I don't know, saying, hi, this is Pritesh. your agent. Let me try and interact with that phone number and see what it can come up with. And then I said, okay, you know what? I'm looking to buy a condo in Manhattan. This is what I'm looking for. Those are the features. And it started sending me properties. And I started giving the phone number feedback on those properties. And all of a sudden, it gave me properties that me, personally, I did not find. I was on Street Easy, but I did not find those properties. So this phone number actually understood me better than I could understand myself. And at that point, I said, okay, we've got something.
You all know numerous companies have tried making apps. And they make this app and they hope that agents will use it and invite their buyers to the app. I bought a lot of homes in my life. I would not download an app. Like, let me give you an example. Your dentist appointment that you just confirmed, I would bet you anything 99% of you confirmed it on a text message. So if the dentist asked you download an app, you wouldn't find a new dentist. It's a known thing. People are used to 6 to 7 apps on their phone, and that's kind of it. So we realized that the natural way of talking to an agent, especially a real estate agent, is text messaging. But how can we help you scale your business?
I know that it's difficult to understand this. This is why I think we should call somebody
Okay.
and try to demo it live.
Someone wants to come on stage?
We need your phone.
So while we set this up, let me set the stage here. I am the real estate agent. Lana is a buyer looking for something in Florida. I met her at a coffee shop at an open house. I opened my Reason app. I put Lana Rodriguez and her phone number. So let's see if you should receive a text
Open your
message.
text messages.
I know it's long. We're going to make it small. But it's Leo that says, hey, I am Pritesh's assistant, concierge. I'm going to help you purchase a property. Again, this is automated, okay? Remember, this is AI messaging Lana. It says Pritesh is always listening. Pritesh is always watching this conversation. Don't worry. It's a full disclosure. She can reply, stop. Like, it's, you know, it's compliant with text messaging rules, right? So if you reply stop, we'll stop bothering you. And then, Lana, why don't you interact with it? Why don't you ask something?
Do you want me to just ask? I'm a buyer.
You're the buyer. Ask anything. What's my first...
Step
In home buying?
in home buying.
Rush. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
We're gonna start it easy. We'll see what
Okay.
happens.
Okay. What's my... So again, remember, this is... Oh, good music. This is an AI concierge in my behalf. I'm sleeping, okay? I'm supposed to be sleeping right now.
Like the little robot.
Or I'm on my kayak or something like that. And again, it's going to take a little bit. It's like, it's not instant. But this is real time.
Working. Oh,
All right, let's see what came back.
Came through. Here we go. Wow.
So, you know, congratulations. Let's understand your budgets, some basic information. I recommend reading, you know, of course we put in some here and there. And then she can reply back. It asks you some questions. Okay, let's see. Okay.
Oh wow, that could be challenging.
This is great. Like, this is real life conversation. This is how it works. If you're a realtor, these are the messages you're getting.
Okay, all right. This is good. This is so cool, you guys. This is amazing.
Right, you should challenge it more.
Challenge
Just
it more?
start thinking about more questions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
More complicated
That's a
one.
good. Okay, let's see what came back.
All right.
Whoa.
Start.
Okay, this is.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go for
This is
another
insane.
one. Let's do more.
Okay.
Make it more complicated.
But here's the best part. While she types the next question, look at the last one. Pritesh is always keeping an eye on this conversation, and you'll be able to look at these conversations and jump in and let Leo stop. So there's a whole warming up that's happening.
I don't know.
Can I
Let's
borrow
see.
down payment funds? Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
By the way, Leo will continue to learn. So if there are questions that it cannot answer, it probably will be able to in a couple of weeks. So it's always evolving.
But the whole idea is that it's going to know when it's wrong,
So look at
right? So you will be able to watch these conversations in your reason panel and keep up with it.
Wow. Just wow.
I mean, look at the detail. This is ridiculous.
Look after hours.
This is the questions we literally get asked in Colorado.
It should work.
Let's see. 24/7. Yeah. Does it say anything about Pritesh?
Yeah, and Pritesh is here if we need him. and his additional expertise.
How
Yep.
can I assist you today? Okay. Lana, thank you.
Leo is going to adapt to you, right? The tone of voice is your tone of voice. And it's going to learn how you communicate with your clients and adopt that tone of voice. When we onboard you, we already know a lot about you, right? So we know where you do business, how consistently you do your business, what your phone numbers are, your working hours, your website, your headshots, all of that stuff we have, your social media handles, we have all of that stuff. All that is ingested. And we're building this virtual avatar of you. This is huge. It's customized per person, right? So when she said, what are your working hours? It actually didn't do a great job because I hadn't set my profile up to have my working hours. But if I had set it up, it would actually say, I'm available anytime, but Lana is available Monday to Friday this, Saturday, Sunday this, right?
What you just saw is just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the beginning. And as Pritesh said, in a couple of months, Leo will know exactly how to communicate like you, use the same words. A little bit later, Leo could be able to imitate your voice. So it could send voice memos in your own voice without you needing to actually record it. We want to streamline the transaction for you. We want to streamline the transaction for your clients. And having that tool on your phone will help them get service all the time, 24/7, great, accurate answers, the same as the ones that you would be giving them.
Okay, here's the killer part. Now you're wondering, how does this actually work? Because your phone number is your identity, I get it. You don't change your phone numbers. When you join Real, and this is big, this is how it works. When you join Real, every agent gets a unique AI phone number. This is big. So imagine when you join Real, you get an AI phone number, and you get everything else with Real, the app and everything. How many people have 500 people in their database? Okay. How about 1,000? How about 5,000? Okay, a few 40,000s. How about 60,000? Okay, so 40, 50,000 people. I saw 60,000. So you cannot have conversations with 500 people or 60,000 people. But I will tell you, someone is buying and someone is selling in that database. Yes? Okay. Imagine uploading that into Reason and Leo talking to 60,000 people at the same time. Now what we're doing is we're warming up all of these leads for you. 60,000 conversations, 40,000, 50, whatever it is. All of these leads are getting warmed up, and it's going to be smart enough to know when they're ready. And when they're ready, there's a warm handoff to the real agent.
Shut the front door.
You literally cannot ask 60,000 people to download an app. You can keep sending them emails, best of luck. It doesn't work this way. When you send them a text, even I know you implement texting strategies, but when you text them, when you text 60,000 people, it's a generic text that says, are you interested, versus the follow-up question you can't keep up. But Leo will just answer the questions for you. This is huge. I don't think you realize this. This is huge. Let's tie it all together, right? So when we started our session in the morning, we talked about Leo CoPilot. Then we talked about the Real Wallet. And then we talked about this project, which is Leo for Clients, right? So Leo now creates your social media presentations for you, your listing presentations, your property search, your mortgage pre-qualification, your touring, like our AI will be able to schedule appointments on text messages without you getting bothered. It will connect to your calendar and suck in your availabilities. And then suggest and then confirm with you, of course. Imagine buyer education that we just saw. You saw live. People are asking about loans. You don't have to worry about all that stuff, and it's accurate. It's not a joke, it's accurate by state. Title searches, title reports, buyer rebate on mortgage, receiving part of your commission as part of your execution, line of credit, debit cards, points to offset your fees. It's all coming together, and this is the future of AI when it comes to real estate.
So when is all of this good stuff going to be available?
So let's talk about what we launched today first.
Okay.
So some of you, when we launched Leo in the morning, it's live on your phones right now. Wallet is live for you right now. Debit cards are live in the next couple weeks. Line of credit for Canadians, qualified Canadian agents is live right now. Another line of credit for United States will come in a couple weeks or a few weeks. And the AI for clients is going to be live in Q2 of 2025.
That's amazing.
This isn't your typical AI support bot that has just been added to your website by some generic third-party company. This is a highly individualized, integrated, customer-friendly AI support system that can help you scale your business beyond anything you've ever seen. It's truly astounding the technology that's behind this. Leo for Clients is already confirmed to be able to provide open house information, schedule tours upon request, send property recommendations to the client based off their criteria, and for our agents in the USA at least, initiate a mortgage application through our mortgage company. However, I do believe that here in Canada, and at least in BC, a real estate brokerage has to be at arm's length from the mortgage company, so we won't be able to offer that service. But there's going to be so much more. And you got to love the fact that this isn't going to be some add-on that we have to pay extra for. We're not going to be nickel and dime for this. This is part of our fees. This is part of what we're paying for. Of course, as I explained in part 2 of this series, it is so important that we own this technology, and all this data is restricted to within the brokerage. There isn't a third-party website developer or a third-party brokerage or a third-party lead generation service that's collecting all of our data and using it against us. The more that the clients of our 22,000 agents and counting use Leo, the more useful it's going to be and the better we will be able to serve them. I'll admit, I think it's a bit scary how big this whole AI thing is going to be. But whether or not we want to admit it, generative and predictive AI is the way of the future. It's the next evolution of the internet. I genuinely believe that within the next 24 months, if your company hasn't figured out how to integrate this technology throughout your business, it'll be comparable to saying you don't have a website or you don't have any social media platforms. You don't have Facebook or Instagram or anything. That's the comparison where we're going to be probably 1 to 2 years. The advancements in AI are only going to exponentially escalate from here on out. You cannot afford to be behind. This may be my final video in this Leo CoPilot series, but it's just the start. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be reviewing the incredible Real Wallet, an amazing technology and service that lets our agents bank and even borrow money without the hassle of credit check or days of bank bureaucracy. I'll also be covering all the exciting upgrades to Leo CoPilot as they roll out over the next few months. If you're a real estate agent already and you want a chance to get your hands on what's already being released, I encourage you to reach out to your local Real agent and ask if you can play around with Reason. That's Real's proprietary document management system that Leo CoPilot has been built into. That's our access to all this stuff. Any local Real agent can let you use their demo mode, and I'm sure that they would be happy to help. If you don't know a local Real agent, don't hesitate to email me at brad@therealestatenerd.ca. and I can probably walk you through it. If you want to know more about what's going on with the most technologically advanced, fastest growing publicly traded real estate company in North America, hit the subscribe button, set up those alerts, and I'll bring you the goods.